Hello friends, Timothy again. Today I have a message about enemies. If you will turn your Bible to Matthew chapter 5 verse 43, and I'll read. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you. And pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. He makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the tax collectors do this? Therefore, you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Choosing to have enemies is actually choosing bondage. There's two sides to that, right? Hate begets hate. And so, if we're choosing to see somebody or something as an enemy, we're actually pitting ourselves against it. So one of the things I've learned is to just choose not have enemies. Cut that off. You know, the Lord opened the Red Sea and let the Hebrews go through, and then he closed it off and closed off the Pharaoh. The Lord wanted to break that bondage between the two so that the Hebrews can be free, so that they can move on to the promised land. We have to see it and live it. I know it might be somewhat difficult. You know, we've all been slighted or oppressed or, something. But that person, Jesus never hated people. He hates sin. That's what his word says. So, choosing to not have enemies is actually choosing to be free. What's downloaded from Christ into your heart is there permanently. And you can choose to see that person, whoever is against you or whatever, God, that was a message, right? Pray for them, help them, love them, bless them. This transitions your heart and opens up something from your heart. And we can't always address somebody else wanting to be our enemy, but we can address what's in our heart to say, I'm not doing that. I've learned my lesson. I'm not doing that anymore. That's so powerful when you can transition your own heart to say, okay, I understand this is going to happen, but from my heart, I'm not going to oppose that, or I'm not going to react to that. My response is going to be something from within what God has downloaded into my heart, and that may be blessing or, hey, good on you, chap, or whatever the case may be. What we want to do is respond in a way that makes that person not choose to be our enemy anymore. God has given us whatever is necessary to do that. We just have to have faith. We just have to continue to soak up his word and have that downloaded into our heart, and then it just comes out. You don't have to think about it really. It just comes out. People can choose to not have enemies. It is possible because Jesus showed us he could do it. And if he could do it, he's the example that's set for us to do too. You don't always have to be super anointed. I know the whole Bible forwards and backwards to do that. In the end, the Lord gifted us good to begin with. So that good is already in our hearts, whether we know it or not. And as long as we can find 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, maybe twice a day if you can. Read the word, get downloaded, and then, when you face your next day, the next person that chooses to be your enemy, you're equipped. You can say what needs to be said in love, and it's that person's choice to accept it or not accept it. But within you've already accepted the fact that that person, that human being, is not going to be. You're choosing that they are not going to be your enemy. That as we navigate this day and time, this is completely helpful, and it will make our home, our cities, our workplaces, our country a better place. And it does start within our own heart, and then hopefully that can, once you're downloading, and then you can pour that out to your family, and once you pour that out to your family, then it goes out to workplaces and your cities, and, by God, things will change, if we can accept the choice. God gave us choice. And if, what I've learned is, if He's given me a choice, then I'm going to choose to do good. I'm going to choose to not have any enemies. And then He will cover that choice. The Lord will meet us there, and He will provide, and He will be there with us when that person wants to persecute or what have you. And you never know what's going to happen. He shows up and bam, everybody's free. So I hope this helps. Take care. Much love.